What is up, everybody?
I can tell when you mute my mic now.
Yeah.
Wait, I
see
did?
that too? You see that shit, Curt?
I didn't do that.
We're like the bad kids in class, you know what I mean? We get sent back. or worse, we get pulled to the front.
I didn't even notice.
When the intro is going, my mic is muted.
Yeah, but doesn't it doesn't say off-air audio anymore?
I just see on my picture that the mic is muted. I just figured you were doing it.
I'm still learning how to use this thing. But what's up, everybody? What are we? Episode 46, HVAC Knights. Let me pull up the chat, see who's in here.
Who's in here?
Well, like, we got a full house. We got C. Young, Nasty, Brian, Freyon, Leon, Jason Johnson, Mike B, Mechanical Environments, and Ice Master Ty in the chat this time.
Yeah, I love Ice Master. So good name. I like it.
But yeah, well, I just sat down with him for a podcast. He's from Canada.
Canada.
He watches all or listens to all the podcasts because he works. I think he works in a lot of like machine room type deals. And he just puts the earbuds in.
Makes it easier. That's awesome.
So what's up, y'all? Busy, not busy? What's going on, everybody?
Not busy this time of year.
Wait, Curt, I saw you wearing a hoodie. How cold is it over there?
It was 41 degrees this morning.
Damn. How? I'm over here like with 70 in the morning and then like 90 in the afternoon.
It's not typically this cold this time of year, but normally we should have highs right now about 85, 90 degrees, but not right now. In fact, we're running our heat right now.
With the Bosch system?
With the new Bosch system.
Hey, talk to us. How's it performing?
Well, apparently it's doing pretty good. I don't hear it. It just does its thing.
Hell yeah. It was when I walked the dogs this morning, 6:30, it was 53 here.
Dang. So it's just hot over here where I'm at. So
yeah. End of the day, mid 80s, but
it is nice at night and in the morning though. Like it is nice, a nice change from the summer that we've had.
Absolutely. Dude, you just happen to live in Dante's Inferno down there. It's always hot.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody and you know, I forgot where they're from. They're like, yeah, it's getting cool. I'm like, no, it's still hot. We won't see cool weather till maybe November.
Yeah, right. If we're lucky. I know like usually on Halloween it's still hot. And like
it's a good sign when it's cold on Halloween.
I think it was just weird with the way the pressures were outside and stuff. We were just watching the news about it. It might, I don't know. Matter of fact, let me give you the 5-day forecast.
It randomly rained yesterday pretty hard here.
It is random. No, mid 80s, 83, 84. Hell yeah.
There's always work to be done in refrigeration that can help keep you busy.
What is up? See Calix? I'm not sure how to say that, but what's up, Super Chat? Thanks for the Super Chat. Ewok is in the building.
The walk. What is the lobster?
Wait a minute.
What's up?
I was trying to get it. It's Ramon, isn't it? Ewok's name.
No.
It's E.
His last name?
No.
I don't know what it is. I'll level with it.
Well, dude, I was trying to look it up so I could see your interview with him.
I
It's
just couldn't find it.
Eat Coats El Aguilar. E for short.
Aguilar.
E for short, and then Ewok nickname.
Oh.
It's something like
How
Eats
come I
Coats
can't
El.
find that?
Where the hell did you find Ramono?
I don't know. It must be somebody else that he interviewed with the name.
That's 5-minute delay. Roman Perez.
Eats Coatl. That sounds like a Aztec name. Like there's a Quetzalcoatl that was he was either Aztec or Mayan.
It's Kowal.
Here's the pronunciation. It's Kowak, I guess. Yeah, Ewok is easier, says Brian. Chris, plenty of work until February. That's when he'll slow down. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask him, what is the origin? Like, you know how they do at the spelling bee, shit like that. Put that in a sentence.
No, Curt was right. Aztec.
Dope. Curt just fucking, I swear.
Curt knows.
Yo, what's next, Curt? What do you got? What's the next thing we don't know about Curt? He is a fucking blacksmith, and he was actually on Forged in Fire. And
he's part Aztec.
Maybe a honorary Aztec. Let's put it that way.
Mayans and all this shit going on. I love it.
May the force be with you. Apparently, because I forgot to ask in the podcast.
You didn't ask that?
I forgot because we were talking about his name, and I let him introduce himself, and then I forgot about it. So we asked in the live chat when it aired, and I think it was Megan from Mechanical Environments. She's like, "Is he even old enough to know what an Ewok is?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like are you a Star Wars fan?" And he's like, "Yeah, that he grew up watching all those movies."
Man, grew up.
As did a bunch.
Well, I felt
those first ones came out when I was growing up. That's a long time.
Well, no,
ago.
like I guess somebody showed it to him, but I felt old because I was like, "Have you ever? Do you know what Blockbuster is?" And he's like, "I've heard of it." I was like,
"Yeah, he did say that." He said, "Yeah." And he didn't know any of the gaming people, which I didn't know the gaming people you mentioned either, but he didn't. He didn't know that.
I asked him if he knows what AOL is.
You know what's funny is when I get the old people when I'm like, "Hey, can I get your email?" And they still give me the AOL emails and Hotmails and stuff.
Hey, my girlfriend still has an AOL email. She was trying to get into it. It like went down for a little bit. And I was like, how is that still in service?
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
But yeah, well, because he's a gamer and all that. Like, I mean, he's 18. And I was like, oh, I watched some gamers. And yeah, I was trying to list off, trying to act cool about it. And then he didn't know.
You were hit, man.
He didn't know any of them. I'm like, oh wait, these guys are kind of old too, so I don't know.
Be like, that's cat, bro. All cat.
Wait a minute. What's your definition of old?
Oh man,
where my where my joints hurt and it's hard to get out of bed. Yeah.
I saw on one of your videos you had the title on it. I'm getting too old for this. You're in your 30s, aren't you?
I'm in my late 30s.
Yeah, you're still in your 30s.
What's over the hill nowadays?
Well, you got to have a midlife crisis before you're over the hill.
I just don't care. I'm not going to have a midlife crisis.
My whole life has been that way, yeah. I'm waiting to go through it myself.
Oh, Michael's the Yahoo email. My dad still has our business has a Yahoo email. We are Reliable Kitchen Services at Yahoo.
Oh shit! You didn't feel like going with the Reliable Kitchen Services at reliablekitchenservices.com?
That's a mouthful.
To get your own domain and stuff? No?
I tried to shorten it and I just can't find, like, everything's taken, so that's whatever.
Dude, my first email address for my company was climate.control@rocketmail.com.
Oh wow!
Rocket Mail, let's go.
Needless to say, I hadn't used that in years, but every now and again, I'll be talking to somebody on the phone and they want to confirm my email address, and they bring that up, and I'm like, no.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, Alex. This is he was on my podcast the other day. That's the same Ewok. I think there's only one Ewok who does HVAC. Somebody was talking about. Oh yeah, Brian. I still owe a Blockbuster late fee.
There's I just recently watched a video. There's one Blockbuster. When it's out in like the Northwest, I want to say, but they still have it like that. You know what I mean? It was nostalgic. You buy popcorn there and your candy and all that good stuff.
That was a cool place we had, and I think they still do stuff like you can rent it out and do little things there. Back. Maybe it will. There's a little place, but it's not a Blockbuster. It's another one. It's called I don't know. It's called Movie Night or I don't know, something like that. And you go in there, and I think they have like stuff they did. I don't know. If they still do, but to rent or get, and then like I said, you can rent it out. I think they even did like movie nights where they had something in the parking lot. You pull up and watch stuff. They had popcorn and snacks. Like it was a cool thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even have a DVR anymore.
I bet you my dad still has VHS.
DVD player. Excuse me, I don't even know what they're called.
I think my dad still has a VHS player because he used to be that dad with that huge ass camcorder on his shoulder.
Oh yeah,
all the home movies and everything are on our VHS tapes.
Classic. I mean, he can convert those now.
Yes, but does he have an 8-track?
I don't think we ever had that. No, we had cassette players.
Cassettes were around for a long time. 8-tracks were only around for a little while.
No, I don't think I ever seen 8-track.
I got some Sherwin Vegas out in the garage with that's all I got. It's from the 70s. My dad rebuilt them for me with a Pioneer, like old school. It's got the glass front radio. It's pretty cool. That's all I got though.
Well, growing up, we had a record player just in the living room forever, but like I never was allowed to mess with it.
Was it the size of a dresser?
Yeah, kind of.
That's the one we had, man. Good times.
we weren't allowed to use it, but it was there forever.
Yeah, and now we got shit like, hey, you can just play your speaker off this crock from freaking McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it's like a toy from McDonald's. It's a crock keychain.
Oh, okay. Why is that a thing?
I don't know. Crocs are cool, I guess.
You're what?
Yeah.
My dog would enjoy that. Does it make noise?
No, it's literally just a stupid. I don't know.
Just take him to McDonald's.
Yeah, right. You can chew it up and shit it out later.
Young was talking about dial-up. That's what I was going to bring up. I remember those days. Finally got a computer in the household as kids, and then you got to wait for dial-up every time.
AIM, instant messenger, bro. Come on now. I can rush home from school to get on that shit.
Dude, my printer at my office, it can fax as well. And if I don't plug in the phone line to it and I hit the fax button, I start hearing that dial-up number. You know what I'm talking about? That dial-up sound? Back some old memories.
Oh yeah, my brother actually has a converter that does it to DVD, but now it's like who even has a DVD player? But yeah, I actually thought about converting or asking him if he has converted them, because my girlfriend she did like a paid mail-in service where you send in tapes. She sent in a whole bunch of I want to say they were VHS tapes, and they digitize them and put them on a USB stick.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. Speaking of something old like that, we just did a job Tuesday. I was at a lady's house. She does that with CDs. Like her husband had accumulated 100,000 CDs and he passed away. And she just rips them all down, but then she cleans up. She has these I don't know, machines that clean them, all the scratches, sells them, and apparently is doing well enough for her. You know what I mean? And she just rips them all, puts them in a big, I want to say she called it jigglyfish, jellyfish. Ever heard of it? Jellyfin. Okay. And it's like basically a big cloud. You can just rip all your stuff. She's like, because basically, you know, and I bought the CD, it's mine. I can digitize it, but I can't sell it. So she sells the original hard copy. So I was like, is there like apparently there's a thing, because she had, her desk had about 20 CDs on it. She's like, this is just for today's order. I'm like, all right, well, interesting.
Cool.
Still a thing, still a market.
A legacy box. Maybe I need to ask my brother what converter he has. I just asked him recently. He's like, "Oh yeah, I still have it. It's in storage." Man, I was looking for a comment. I lost it. There's a Blockbuster in Alaska, apparently, and there is a Kmart in New York. I'm just going through the comments.
Kmart?
You can't tell me Kmart ain't a spot for the best hot dogs, because you can get the phone.
Ours had the best pizza, Little Caesars pizza, but like they had their own unique slices.
Bro, did you remember? I don't know if you did it. Like the fundraisers for school was this Little Caesar pizzas. Did y'all ever do that?
Ours was a local place.
Oh yeah, we had Little Caesars. I guess. I mean, I don't know if they were brick and mortar then or not. I guess. Yeah.
But like you would go into Kmart, but I loved going because I always wanted a slice of pizza. But they had like huge slices, and they only sold them at the Kmart's. Like they weren't at the like if you went to Little Caesars, they won't sell you that same slice of pizza. So that's what I enjoyed about it.
Yeah, I used to love the Kmart. I used to do. I don't know if you guys had the heroin kills campaign in your area, but they always did it at the Kmart where I lived in Westminster, and they had go-karts in the parking lot. They turned it into a Buffalo Wild Wings. But I just remember as a kid, we'd ride our bikes over there, get our free shirts and shit, and just drive the go-karts in the parking lot of the Kmart.
So much is left. We used to have a Sears that was connected to our mall. The Sears left, and they tore down that part of the mall.
Just took it all, going like, yeah, we don't need it.
We had the same exact thing, and it was like the place to go buy stuff. Like Sears was, I'm surprised it went out of business, but
that was the place to go get Craftsman tools and
yeah, like it had everything. It was huge, and no, I recently drove through there. I forgot. I think we were eating at a restaurant next to it, and I had to drive through the mall, and I was like, holy crap, I haven't been through here in years, and it is completely different. They, took out the Sears. It's all fancy restaurants connected to the mall now, and there's like, I don't know. It got completely remodeled, and I hadn't been there. Which our whole area is like under construction right now, and it's crazy. Because I was talking to somebody earlier about work, basically, like if we're how it is around here, and I'm like, it is like booming. I don't know about where you guys are at, because like apartments are going up, houses are going up, a lot of plazas and buildings, and they're all getting rented out, and it's kind of crazy because we have a lot of the big companies coming down, Climate Pros, Next Gen or Next Tech, whatever those are, and yeah, it's just a lot going on.
We have a lot of construction, but it's normally if you're looking at bringing jobs to the area, these are not good jobs. It's like fast food restaurants or like some kind of Ulta or clothing store or something. It's not great jobs to be bringing to the area. It's just,
I think it's just helping like construction people, construction workers, or like people that, because I don't do construction HVAC or any of that stuff, but that is probably booming right now because everybody's getting those bids and jobs, which is good. But yeah, Chris is like, isn't it always under constant state of construction? Our highway's been under construction for like 10 years now. Like it's it's whatever. I mean, it frustrates me, but I'm used to it by now. And he's back.
I told you, I'm in my kid's room, and he's playing with the toys, and then the fucking closet door was falling off. I was like,
That blue light special. That was our first
remember
computer.
the blue light special.
Our first computer was a Kmart computer. I remember
My
that.
first boom box was a Kmart boom box. You remember the boom? Did you ever have a boom box?
Like a legit one?
Yeah.
No.
the brand.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know if there is a brand called that, but I had
Well,
this
the big
great
one.
big old dual speaker, double cassette deck boom box that I got from Kmart.
And you were all you turned into Mr. Popular right there because that's what everybody wanted.
That was
Kurt
the
was-
80s. Everybody wanted one of those. This is before the Walkman and stuff like that.
Kurt, did you used to break dance? You carried that boombox around
Here we
and
go,
a piece
here.
of cardboard. Yeah, this is another Kurt special. He had to have.
Dude, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's hard to break dance to heavy metal.
Oh, okay.
Don't say I didn't try it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Like that. Hey, it's an Olympic sport, or it was.
It was, yeah. Kurt was the fucking original Jabberwocky, bro.
There was somebody who competed in that sport that I think I could have beaten.
I don't know. Yeah.
Poor girl, she tried. She tried.
Oh, yeah, there was like all the memes on that or whatever.
I was so confused because I hadn't seen it. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, this is real?
Bro. Somebody, it's like when you lied on your resume or something and they showed this.
And she did a bunch of interviews. I haven't seen them all, but I think she was
Oh,
like,
God.
that she earned her spot there. I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
The competition must not have been steep. That was rough to watch.
Ray Gunn. Yeah, that was her name. First, that was the first time, right? That was like the first and last.
Yeah.
Well, was it removed for the next ones? The next ones are going to be in like Los Angeles, aren't they?
I don't know. But yeah, I think they got rid of it because of that.
That's so funny.
I think every time a country takes it, they can add 2 or 3 and take away 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. So Kurt doesn't break dance, he just mosh pits.
Well, I mean, I can't say I don't do that.
I've never been in a mosh pit, but I've been in concerts where there was one.
I'm not reading that, Brian. Let me see. Randy got a question. Let's get back on a serious note. What's your recommendations for air filters used on mobile home package units with the floor return setup? I have no experience in this.
What you have space for? Or 14 by 20 between the joists?
Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
you're more familiar with that than I would be. I mean,
A 14 by 20 is about all you got room for between the joists. But if it's like 4 or 5 ton, you got to have a high static system to begin with. If it's 4 or 5 ton, you're going to want 2 returns.
boom, nailed it.
There you go.
I just put the hog's hair in, you'll be good.
Thin as possible. Jason's like, no questions allowed in here.
It was
So
a
then-
recommendation.
So then you guys slowing down a little bit?
Mhm.
Oh, that goes without saying. That's a sensitive subject for this fellow over here.
Who the hell? I know you ain't talking to me. Yo, I'm telling
You gotta sell some maintenance or something.
We'll talk off air.
Well, it's cooling down. I've actually, I don't think I've done any AC work. I've been doing all refrigeration stuff right now.
Hell
I
yeah.
had
it has slowed down significantly for me. I go through some days where I might have one call. today I have one call and a change out, and I sub out my change out, so I'm just sort of there supervising. I'm not actually doing the work. So yeah, it slows down, but you kind of got to prepare for that during the summer.
You got to anticipate it and all that because it comes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say he said I've been about one to two calls a day, as well. I was just gonna ask him a question. Go with your next response.
Oh no, I was just gonna talk about like some of the calls I had, but it's all refrigeration, like ice machines. I got an R290 system to work on tomorrow.
That's right. Did you get that scale?
No, I'm gonna just eyeball it. Like, I think that's enough. I think that's 2 ounces.
Bro, just go get a damn food scale at that point.
Oh, that's what I need. I need to put that in my van. I that would work way better. I completely forgot. Because I was gonna think about it tonight. Because it takes like 2.5 ounces.
Okay.
The whole system?
It's a under counter. Yeah, typically, even if it was like 134 or something, it would probably be under 8 ounces, 8 or 9 ounces.
Well, don't those systems have a limit? They can't be no more than like 10 ounces.
Probably. Usually it's like, oh yeah, I don't know what the regulation is, but it's
that. Is it doing a replacement job or a repair job?
It's a warranty, so it's the compressor gave out, which I think I know why it gave out, but okay. They sent me the compressor. I got to go put it in, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. We'll see what happens.
Oh, right on. That'll be fun. You gonna do a video?
No, because okay. I don't like.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you, dude. Good for
Somebody
you.
just commented, "Is R22 toxic?" Well, you don't want to breathe it.
If you
are you sure about that?
Or set it on fire.
Yeah, dude. It's a thing for people to huff it. Okay. There was this one guy that I worked at a company where one of the technicians wrecked his vehicle, ran off the road because he was huffing R22 in the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
And when his brother found him, the R22 tank was still going in the front seat. It could have killed him.
Mm-hmm. Till this day, they say he's now only vapor. Stupid.
Bro, he was in trouble.
Oh man!
You said you were going to ask him something.
Oh, it was in regards to your subs. You use the same guys. Is it the guys that helped you with your system?
Yeah, I'm happy with these guys. They show up on time. They do their job. I'm able to send them off with a piece of equipment and very little input from me. They get the job done, and that's it.
Cool, man. Do you pay them pretty good? Like you pay them because it probably realistically you could pay them very well for a job, but it's probably still more cost effective than having a full install team.
Oh yeah, it's much more cost effective. Because right now I'm not doing but maybe 1-2 installs a week. I'll tell you, he charges me $800 per install, and then if there's something extra, like if he has to build a rain hood, he supplies his own metal and just charges me a little extra.
No, that's shit, yeah. Because like that's like basically what if we have subs, that's what we were paying them. But at my previous company I worked at, they were paying their install team $500, and I'm like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, install team had take home vehicle, all the stuff was supplied, yada yada yada. You know what I mean? So in the long run, it seems like you're paying more for the install, but realistically, you're not. You know?
No.
That's what I was curious.
I don't have near enough work to have a crew.
Like I never know with them.
Yeah,
I never like probably, you know. Oh, hey, I got me about 6 ounces out there. You know, I got a QP over here. If y'all want to partake. Oh man.
Oh, Alex was working on a refrigerator that had R22. I still have 1 or 2. I have one location that just will not let go of some of these units, and they still have a what do you call it? damn it, semi-hermetic R22 cooler.
I tell you who's not letting go of R22 is these old these Train chillers. The Train won't let them put any kind of replacement refrigerant in there.
Yeah.
And they just need to get with the times and figure out a way to retrofit them things, or else they're going to end up replacing them.
I've seen them here. They just run them into the ground and then replace. Like, and it's a huge job to do, but they'll replace them.
Mm-hmm. I've been a part of one chiller replacement and had to hire plumbers to meet us there. And my job during that replacement was to replace the water pump. And it's a big job to do a chiller.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I ran into a guy doing that job, replacing all that. And I mean, it probably takes days. I don't know how long he had been there. And, ran into him. That's the one that tried to offer me a job. He was doing the chiller work and installing it or replacing it. And he was just like stressed out because it was a crap ton of stuff to do.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, there's a lot to do.
I was just like, I'll stick to what I do.
The power cables on those things are like double aught, and you got 3-4 of them in one seal tight cable, and you're trying to move that thing around. It's like trying to arm wrestle Hulk Hogan.
Been there, brother. Man.
So, well, let me go to my questions for the week. Do you guys have a? I forgot who I talked about this with. Do you guys have like a do not service list? Oh, it was Ewok. Like, if you have any,
I didn't. No.
No.
Oh no! I mean, I'll generally say like with the database, we don't have it specifically in there, but I've worked prior places where it was a tag on the customer's profile, like a red tag, do not service.
I've had some customers like that.
And you mark them?
I will not go back. Yeah.
Yeah. Because well, he explained a situation where he went out, and he's the new kid, right, doing service out there, and the customer had a balance left. It might have been for an install. I can't remember what it was, but they owed over $1,000, something like that.
Oh.
And he went out there, and I think it was like a father son. The son was like, "Yeah, let me show you around. Let me show you what's wrong with it." And the dad's like, "Don't touch it," right? So he had that argument in the beginning, and then he had some other issues with it, and with him being so hostile, he called his boss, and he's like, "What do you want me to do?" And his boss told him to leave because that customer is now on their like do not service list. And I've recently, I think I'm gonna end up putting one of my. I mean, they're not that big of a customer anymore because that's the one that calls like several companies for us. It's a pizza place, and we started getting work from them again, and we've been doing calls. I'm like, oh, I noticed more calls coming in, so now they're using us. But the other week I went out on a maintenance. I replaced a freaking capacitor, right? The motor wasn't running. The compressor kept tripping out. I was like, okay, cool. I got that on the truck. Let me put it on. It was added to the maintenance, so it was like less than $200. So this guy was complaining and crying, and I think he's going to go on our do not service list because he doesn't want to pay it.
Oh yeah, welcome.
Dude, I have a couple of apartment complexes that are on I guess you could call a do not service list for not paying their bills.
That's crazy because I'm like, you're going to argue. I think it was like 185 or something like that. So you're going to argue, and I think I was using AMRAD. I switched to the AMRAD capacitors and all that. I was like, you're going to argue for 150. I saved your compressor. I was there on the maintenance. You rather call me back, but he probably has a buddy that he wants to use or someone cheap, and I'm only supposed to like write it up, I guess.
I wouldn't write it up.
I should have left it on and killed the compressor.
Yep. I had one. I know we talked about this. Sorry about the nasally ass nose. Did I talk about that? Like one with the lady, it was a terrible review. She left me.
Mm.
And I was like, I ain't going back to that. And that was a rental lady. We did a lot of, I'm like, I ain't going back to that fucking lady, bro. I was like, she was a total B. You know what I mean? Two, it was a rental, and it's like it had nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? So that was the only time I was like, I ain't servicing this person. You can send whoever else out you want, but I ain't going back. I mean, it was only me, so like, you know. But
If they don't pay, I take my stuff back.
mhm.
That's
That's
what Ewok had. I think Ewok was replacing the capacitor too. For like that was the issue. And he's like, "Sir, I can take my capacitor back, and you can call somebody else." And
yeah.
it's whatever. Like I think we're gonna eat that bill, that 185 bill. There's nothing I can do about it. Sometimes you got to walk away.
Sometimes if it costs 185 to identify a total
Yeah,
jerk, maybe
yeah.
it's worth it.
I was like, at least capacitor, it's whatever. Like it wasn't, like I said, it was an AMRAD one, so it was a little bit pricier. But I was like, no, I'm good. Like, it's a small cost to, like you said, find a bad capacitor. I mean, a bad customer. I just don't know why they're being like that now. It's weird.
But dude, I'll tell you a story of this one lady. I don't feel that I'm racist. I walked into this lady's house and she's got Malcolm X stuff all over the place and very kind of like racist iconography all over her house. And she needed a new thermostat. I didn't care what was in her house. I wasn't judging her.
Mm-mm.
But I told her we need a new thermostat, and she wanted me to warranty the old thermostat. And the old thermostat I didn't put on. I don't know where it came from. I can't warranty it. And she just ended up refusing to pay me. And I felt like if it cost me a thermostat to identify somebody who's not going to pay me or
Yeah.
don't like me for some reason, hey, it was worth it.
Yeah, those are the ones. Yeah, at least it was, just the thermostat, just the capacitor, whatever it is. Because if I ever get that feeling, or if it's like a new customer, obviously I'm taking payment up front, because screw that if it's a big job. Because I've had some new customers that come out, and then you kind of hear, at least in commercial, like what customers are pretty good, pretty bad. If there's any reputation to a certain restaurant or whatever it is. So like I'll ask for a certain percentage, which is almost the whole job up front, because I'm not going to lose money on it.
Yeah, that's a good topic there. Do you guys do like down payments or anything like that? Like you just said, is it only for first time customers? Is there a certain job limit where it's like, hey, this job's going to cost me, it's $2,500. I need a 50% deposit. How do you guys go about that? I had a situation with a customer this week that had to deal with that from another customer company.
I don't normally do that, but there have been some times when the customer realizes that they are a high risk customer, and I might not feel comfortable getting ready to do a $10,000 job, and they will offer.
Oh wow, yeah.
To pay some up front. And if that's the case, I may say, hey, if you'll go ahead and just pay for the equipment, and then we'll settle up on the rest when I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I try to do. If it's, obviously I do it mostly for new customers, because I've had some where I'm like, I just don't know. And I ask for a percentage. It could be like 60%. I don't know what, like whatever I feel justifies that job, depending on what it is. And like you said, if it's maybe the equipment that gets paid for, then we'll do that route. For like, I mean, it's mostly for new customers, because like for the ones that we've had for a long time, it's commercial. Mm-hmm. So if we have any issues, or we tell them that, we can't, maybe they want like 4 or 5 units. I was like, we can't do that unless there's a payment or something. They might offer to pay for the equipment up front, and then, pay the rest later.
Okay. Yeah, no, this guy, he had a warranty coil. It was actually a TXV, but the company said it was a coil warranty. It's $2,500, and they took 50% deposit. He ended up talking to a buddy of his, said, "Hey, whoa, that's way too wrong, yada yada." We went out for a second opinion. The guy was going to get the job done that day, and that's what he was telling me. I was like, "Damn, bro," and I just was curious. You know what I mean? I've never done that. I mean, I've had customers say, "Yo, would you like me to pay a deposit?" I'm like, "No, you're good. We'll buy the shit. We'll come out once the job's complete, then you can pay us."
Yeah.
You know?
Most of the time, I tell them, you don't need a deposit, but I do expect payment when the job is done.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Do you guys give discount? Well, cash, check, card, anything like that?
Any more of these cards are just killing me.
Dude.
I pulled up
We
a
got-
statement just today from July, and I had almost $1,500 in card payments just for that 1
Mhm.
month.
I'm actually new to card payments, and I've been seeing that.
Okay. Yeah, we just tax it all on there. It's added on.
That's the way I would. Yeah, I would prefer to do it.
Yeah, because they're like, "Hey, what's the one?" And we'll be like, if they pay cash or a check, yeah, like on like a bigger job, yeah, we'll discount it, whatever. But there's inside of like our price book and stuff. If we look at it, and they do certain payment options, some of that shit's like that interest is high, or just that fee is like you're like no. And then on top of that, like our CRM charges us to use their card reading feature. You know what I mean? So we got to pay them on top of it. I forget what the hell the fee's called. So it's like it's all expedited, so it's all built in. So I mean, that's how you have to do it. It's not like, okay, this capacitor is $15. Yeah, but in order for me to run your damn card, it's going to cost me an extra $5. You know, it's like,
well, it's like when you go to I mean, at least here, when you go to a restaurant or anything, it's like if you're paying, they ask you if you're paying with card or cash because the price is different.
Yeah, I hate. What's your thoughts on these damn people that always they just put the damn tip right on there, and now they get you by the balls when you go anywhere. Hey, here you go. You're just gonna have a question right here if you wanna take a look at that. And it's like, bro, you're not even making my coffee. You know what I mean?
It has to be for good service. Like, yeah, I order my crap online, right? And I pick it up, and I don't know. There's a meme, I forgot where I've seen it, where it's like for every little thing, like a guy walking out of his apartment, walking down the street, like every little thing, somebody has a screen for like a tip screen. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it feels. Like everybody's just shoving that tip screen in your face, and it's like, sometimes it's self-serve and you're asked to tip or something.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I get it. I'll throw $1 in there or something. But these people will get paid fine. We went to Starbucks a while back, and the lady was like, "Oh, no, you don't worry about the tip." I'm like, "You sure?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I make plenty money." Like I was just like, "Okay." She goes, "You don't have to worry about that." I was like, "Damn!" So these motherfuckers scamming me the whole time.
Yeah.
It was funny. She was really nice about it, though. Man,
have you put a lien on somebody? I know we've talked about it.
I have come very close to it.
I've never done it. I've talked about it.
I've taken people to court for non-payment. The next step would have been a mechanical lien, but the judge is always rule in my favor, and I end up getting my money.
Nice.
Me better have my money. Yeah.
I mean, around here, judges don't play that stuff. If you've got a bill and the judge is going to side with you unless there's something really crazy going on, that the judge is going to be on your behalf.
Well, that's good. Good looking out for businesses. Mechanical environments. I'm good. I'm good on the church work. A couple years ago, I had one where Jesus told them not to pay a bill.
Yo, that's funny. I saw that man in my dreams.
Dude.
And he's like, yeah, they had a straight face while they told him.
Dude, I had a job.
Well, go ahead, but I've had a similar scenario.
I had a job at a church, and I have done work for this church since then now. but they paid for the part and not the labor. So I get a partial payment, and I'm looking at it trying to figure out what does this. And I had to look at the bill. They took off my labor and just paid for the part.
They're like, that's some good volunteer work, Curtis. Thank you for your services.
Yeah, right.
Oh
my god.
Well, I had the scenario with, I've never done work for a church, but like we had the Salvation Army called us from in town. And we went out there, and they were upset with the previous company that they were getting screwed over and they weren't doing the maintenance. And, you know, I ended up checking some refrigeration equipment. I think I fixed an ice machine, a walk-in cooler while I was there. And then, you know, we're trying to charge, and then they're like looking at the bill like, could you do better? Right. This is the Salvation Army. We don't, you know, make a lot. I forgot what the story was. And I was like, you know what? I don't think we're the right company for you. So we just kind of dipped out.
Damn.
Oh, I had a call today where guy says, I got 5 duplexes. Ain't none of them got any heat. And I get the addresses, and I'm ready to make the deal here. And I told him, now look, my labor rate's $100 an hour. Are you okay with that? And he goes, you're going to charge me to go out there and tell me what's wrong? I was like, yeah, I don't work for free.
Oh man.
Have you seen the cost of gas lately? Yeah. It's harder. It's harder now. Everything's so expensive.
Oh man. I ain't doing it.
So he didn't call me back. He must have found somebody to do it cheaper.
There's always somebody. There's always somebody that'll go cheaper or for free, like free estimates or whatever it is. And it's like, no.
I'll give a free estimate on a change out, but not on a repair.
No,
Yeah,
like I know
sure.
we've had those calls too. Like, we just need you to come look at what it is, and you know, then they'll make up their mind. I'm like, no, I need, like, that's an invoice. That's a service call right there.
Yeah. And what he don't realize, I'm going to charge an hour minimum for each one of those addresses.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do a free second opinions fee waived with the repair.
That's the only way to do it. Like,
you know.
Yeah, you got to.
So, bada bing, bada boom. Knock them up. Line them up. Knock them down.
Let me go through the comments. Man, I had something and I just completely blanked out.
John Deere Green.
Jake filling in the
awkward silences. It's like, where does this go from here?
I just went blank. I had something to say and I completely forgot.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
We're talking about the church work. I don't know.
That church that did that to me, they later gave me a change out, and so, you know, it was just a temporary misunderstanding with them.
That's all good. A lot of times, we did work for a church over here, and it was like a really old church, and it was old people, and they were trying to get it to be like more youthful and stuff. And I get they didn't have the money, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was, you could just tell. And so I wouldn't beat them up too bad when I go out and do the maintenances. I do a good job, and then I'd still let them know, hey, this is what we got going on, yada, yada, yada. They always paid for what needed to be done, but, you know.
Speaking of churches, I was actually going to bring this up, but you ever have that, like, when you see something, you're like, maybe I'm in the wrong business? Like, we have all these huge ass churches being built and decked out.
Combine those words together.
I'm sorry. These huge churches being built everywhere here. And I'm like, man, like that, they must make quite a bit.
So a lot of them, realistically, man, I talked to a buddy of mine who's very involved with the church, and we have a couple of them that are here. I mean, it is, I don't want to say it. Some of them is crap, dude. Like, I am a believer in Jesus Christ as my savior. You know, I go to church. I mean, I haven't been to church in a while just because this whole issue, right? It was just getting really like money. And I get you got to pay the bills. I mean, it's a business too, realistically. Yeah. At the end of the day, they got to have the lights on and all that. But it was just so like
Sorry, huge building.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and they would, like you said, and they have a cafe in there and yada yada. So I'm talking to my buddy, and he was working there, and he was part of the whatever, the board or something. It was like they had like a big fundraiser, and like all this money is like $1 million just disappeared. And he brought it up to him, and they were like, "Oh, well, we had to pay the expenses for this, that, and the third." And he was just like, "I could report you to whatever bureau he was talking about." He goes, "But he just left the church, left it at that." And he was telling me about the church he goes to now, and like they're in, the one he was talking about prior to that. Sorry, was $26 million in debt, bro. Like how? Like, you know what I mean? Like what are we doing? And it's like a big one, dude. And they got a school there, and they get state funded schooling. You know what I mean? It's a private school. It's like $9,000.
Who's going to lend them that much money?
Dude, I don't know. Well, they just prayed on it. And like I've been part of a church growing up where we were literally, it was like the size of a freaking rancher home that we would congregate in, that it took 15-20 years till we bought land and built a church. You know what I mean? So like I've seen that, but then you see all these other ones, like you said, monster mansion churches going up. Mm-hmm. It's just like they're just robbing the people, bro. It's like I don't know. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I'm sorry. Tangent.
No, it's just I've been driving around noticing, because literally, like I said, all the construction going up. I was driving down the expressway, that like a part that I hadn't been down in a while, and I was like, oh cool, like it almost looks like a huge mall and stuff. Like I was like, what is this? Yeah. And I turn and I see the sign, church coming soon. I'm like, oh, okay.
Church coming soon. Now hiring. Like what? What are we doing?
Dude,
we have
around here. It's like Dollar General's going up, and I look at these new Dollar Generals going up, and I'm like, what is that going to be when it goes out of business?
They don't go out of business. So it's the front too. I'm in between like 3 or 4 of them that I can easily drive like a minute to each.
Really?
Yeah. And one is the old one that's been there forever. Then there's like a new one that I kind of like to go to. And now they made the DG Market or whatever it's called, the one that has produce in it.
What?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
It's like a mini Walmart now.
Aren't those like franchises or something like that?
I have no idea. I don't know how they literally just make them down the street from each other.
That's wild.
Or in those like random ass like out of nowhere places. There's nothing else.
That's the only store is a Dollar General.
There's a Dollar General. Yeah.
Oh my god, I watch this dude occasionally on YouTube. Sleeper Dude. I don't know if you guys watch him. They like rebuild cars. He's in Tennessee. They're country as hell, but they always like do like driving stuff. And they're like, "There's a Dollar General," and it's just like always road trips. It's like a million of them.
Yeah.
What up?
What's up, Chris? That's one thing that you can find is on every block Dollar General.
Yeah. You need a Gatorade, like you're out at a job, and like you said, you're in the middle of nowhere. Boom.
They're always, yeah.
That's so
and they
funny.
keep building them.
Have cell service, but you got a Dollar General.
You'll find it. That's funny.
Recently, we have a Dollar General, a car wash, and what else? Like, I don't know, like every corner.
Yeah, we got car washes popping up all over the place.
Isn't that, bro? We were just talking about that. I don't know if it was us here or me and Ash. Yeah, we were just like, why are there so many car washes? Like, it is very mind-boggling, you know?
There are a bunch of them. We recently, in the last couple of years, had like 3 of them just pop up.
We have like 4 different.
That's crazy.
4 different. What do you call those? 4 different brands. I don't know what you call them. 4 different ones just pop up, and anytime you see one pop up, you know the other 3 are gonna come like down the street.
They're like right next to each other.
Yeah, they're all just like, back to back.
Free vacuums with a car wash. But like, remember back in the day when you had the big bay garage you drive yourself into and you wash your own car?
You wash it, or if you wanted to get fancy, you go through, like it was a Stripes I had to drive through once.
Oh yeah, it was nice to be able to afford the automatic ones.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chris says that they have a store called Grocery Outlet apparently popping up everywhere. Well, he's in Cali, so yeah.
We got a ridiculous amount of Publix. I mean, it's just absurd. Like, but that's what we got.
Car washes are a private equity thing.
Oh,
They're all just a front.
It's just it's all just damn residual passive income or whatever. You know what I mean?
Dude, we got a crazy number of Walmarts.
All of ours are getting remodeled.
Town, we got 2 super Walmarts and like 3 of the little ones. I mean, this town ain't that big.
I was gonna say, Kurt's from a small town, so I'm like, we have a ton of Walmarts here.
We got 2, I guess, 2 different zip codes of the same city, but yeah,
Ours are getting remodeled to where there's like no cashiers. It's all self-checkout.
Hey, that self-checkout ain't no joke. I remember one time I'm at the self-checkout. They got these cameras that are watching you when you're doing the self-checkout.
Oh, dude, I just had this conversation with my brother. Go ahead.
I couldn't get one of the things to scan.
Yep.
So I picked up another one that was just like it.
Yep.
I put the one I couldn't scan in the bag and I scanned the other one twice.
Uh-huh.
A light went off.
Yes.
And I had somebody tapping me on the shoulder. And then they got a video of it. They pull it up and they go, give me that.
Bro, they got a camera underneath the scanner.
They keep updating those things too. Like every time I go, it's like the cameras are better.
Bro, usually my ribeye steaks are about 99 cents. That's the cost of the marinade. You just slip it underneath. They never know what's going on.
Well, look, I had the same thing that Kurt was talking about. I was like scanning stuff and one didn't I didn't hear the beep, but I dropped it in the bag and I went to go pick it back up. And by the time I look up, there's lights flashing. There's a recording just playing over and over of me like trying to scan it. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then, like you said, they tap you on the shoulder and they're like, okay, let me just, I guess, review the footage, see what happened. And, you know, I was like, what the hell?
Like a criminal.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's going on?
The worst is when I got the kids, man. Like, I'll be going and like they're doing all this running around and I'm trying to scan. And then like I'll be like, and then that'll happen. And you just misscan it or something, or you'll triple scan something. You're like, and you can't unremove it. They got to come over, put their badge in, and you're just like, yeah.
God forbid if you got to weigh something. I mean, what in the?
Yeah, bro, they have gotten so much better though, where you can at least type it. You remember back in the day, you had to look at the little tiny sticker for the like the produce number for like the SKU.
Yeah.
And then you had to weigh it. I'm like, I can't do this shit no more.
Dude, there was a guy like a couple months ago that made the national news. He started a Facebook group for the Walmart self-checkout employee of the month or something like that.
Let's go. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, that's what Chris brought up. He's like, he wants to be employee of the month on that Walmart self-checkout.
You gotta make it a thing. We should all just tag each other in it and be like, yeah.
Hey man, we deserve a discount, you know. Let us take one of the items for free. No, where was it? Jason brought up HEB, our grocery store. They finally got Apple Pay after I don't know how long.
Walmart, we were talking about that on here, yeah. Walmart don't have it, but it's through the app or something.
Oh yeah,
I tried that. I tried that once and I got burned, and I've been afraid to try it again.
I ain't doing this. I ain't going in.
The only thing I hate is when, because he brought up HEB, like, because they have self-checkout too, but it's like, 10 items or less or 15. I don't know what it is. No, but these people with their carts full of, groceries for like 5 kids go to self-checkout and take an hour there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it for decade plus at this point. I feel pretty good about like, doop, 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 doop,
You get
I'm
paid
in and
more?
out.
Oh, even my Publix has self-checkout now.
Yeah, I mean, them ribeyes are buy one, get one usually.
You got to make it worth it. Yeah, all the Stripes, the Circle Ks. I have to do the self-checkout at the gas station.
Yeah, and the Circle K
Dude,
got the self reader one where you put it on it and it reads what you got.
And they
Do y'all
always
have that yet?
run over to me. Yeah, I have those, and I put my stuff down. It always works for me, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I
okay, if
haven't had it.
nobody's using it, I'll use it.
Yeah.
And then like somebody will run over like the cashier, and I'm like, I'm self checkout. Like what? I don't
You
need
want a
you.
bag? Like they're right here in the front. I'm good. Like
oh,
No. Oh man, what was I? Yeah, but
But I know-
Walmart too. Walmart, I pay for. I don't know if I talked about it here, but I have the Walmart Plus, so I get the scan and go. So you
What's
scan
that?
your items as you like put it in your basket, and you can just walk out after you like hit pay. You don't. Well, you have to go to a cashier or a register just to scan the barcode or the QR code. So I use a scan and go all the time, but I guess the employees are not used to it. They always come rushing over. I'm like, I got paid for it.
I gotta go. So it's like your car just linked to it.
It's the same app. It's just instead of like scanning everything at the register and then paying with your phone, you scan it with your phone and then you just hit pay on the app because it already has your card and you can like walk out. I use it at Sam's Club a lot. Because screw that. Sam's Club, you go there, the lines are crazy. I just rather scan, go, and get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
dude, you heard me complain. We got so many Walmarts. I bought something online at Walmart for me to go pick up in the parking lot. You know how you notify them that you're there and they'll bring it out to you? It was a small thing that I knew I wasn't going to be able to find. So I go to Walmart, tell them I'm there, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and waiting. They never came out. I didn't find out until the next day that I was at the wrong Walmart.
My girlfriend always does that because she buys like from Best Buy and it's the curbside, and she'll send me. She's like, "Oh, can you go pick it up?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's on my way." And then like I look at the email like when I'm already getting there, and it's like the location across town. I'm like, wrong one.
That's pretty interesting. That's a good point right there. What he nailed it. Yeah. When you guys ever do the curbside shit for like, I mean, Ashley does it all the time for groceries. Do you guys ever get out or you just pop the trunk?
No, I don't get out.
Oh, I've only done it a couple times, and I get out and help them.
I feel like it. Yeah, I do. I feel like you're a total douche.
No, I don't get paid for my.
Oh man, it's
well, I'm usually with the kids. I'm not gonna get out.
You're gonna be right there next to the car.
Only times I've ever done it, it's been only like one or two items.
Oh no, yeah, we would like do a whole grocery thing because trying to take the blessings that we have. There's 3 little beautiful blessings into a grocery store.
Oh,
it can be an issue. So we always do it that way, and we do the drive up. They bring it out, and I just feel like I don't want to sit there. I'll get out and I'll help load it up.
But yeah, my kids are a little bit older to where they don't give me those issues anymore. But my God, like going into a store, first thing is like, can I have something? Can I get this? I'm like, dude. So I appreciate, curbside and all that.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never experienced that. I'm not sure I ever want to.
Well, we're coming up this weekend, Curt, and we're going to go grocery shopping. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you out, meet the kids, and we're going to go grocery shopping.
Hang out with Uncle Curt.
Uncle Curt, let's go.
You know something? Man, I don't have anybody to call me uncle. I'd be honored somebody to call me uncle.
Boys!
My sister don't have any kids. My sister don't have any kids, so I ain't got nobody to call me uncle.
Y'all don't believe in kids or what?
No, it just happened to work out that way.
I didn't know that. I saw this somewhere. Oh, I saw a video and it's like millennials trying to raise their kids in public, and it's like they're trying to like wait for the kid to calm down and like trying to like nurture them, and I'm like, no, you tell them, you warn them once, and then after that you're dragging their ass out of there.
Oh, bro, that's so we had this funny thing. It's just like I did that with my son in the grocery store. I said, I'm done with this fucking. No, I did. I said, I'm done with your fucking shit. I yoked him up like a football, and we just walked out. And somebody had seen us and texted not my wife, but because she didn't have my wife's number, her friend. She was like, I just saw Ashley's husband pick up their kid and walk out the store. Like, so it's like people, like clearly people were just watching. They're like, I'm like, yeah. I used to do this thing with my wife. We'd be in the store, and it's probably, I mean, it's funny. It's not, but it is. I'm like, what did I tell you the last time you got out of line? You know what I mean? Like, people would just be like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? Nobody ever did anything, but it would just be like, what did I tell you about, you know? I would just do stupid shit.
And was Ashley there?
Oh, no, it was with Ashley next to me.
Oh, okay.
I would do it to her.
Okay, yeah, because I can already like picture her.
I'll be like, you just wait until we get home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people may not think it's funny, but she enjoyed it. She probably didn't.
Yeah, Mike, you're not a good parent unless you've threatened the child at a grocery store. I've been there plenty of times.
Bro. Been pulled over on the side of the road. My dad whipped my ass on the side of I-95 because I wanted McDonald's. You know what I mean? My pasty white ass just out for the world to see nothing. Everybody probably was cheering him, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
but
we were scared of the
Lord
belts.
knows I've had my share of ass whoopings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the belts, bro.
The belts.
I do that shit now. The kids laugh. I snap it. You know what I mean?
In his shoes.
They'll just be like, I'll call
spoons, the big spoons.
Call the services on you.
Yeah.
What is it called? CPS?
Yeah, CPS. And the good old days are gone.
Can't do anything anymore.
Oh man. God, I love it. I love my kids. But I did this morning, I did get frustrated because we do the drive up school line. He wouldn't get out, so I parked it. I'm like, all right, let's go. And he's just like, I'm like, you're going to school. Like, I was just, no. So I grabbed him out. We walked. I held his hand. He was good. He had his hoodie on because I'm like, look, buddy, you're going to school. I'm not playing this game. And he's good. Once he gets to school, like, he doesn't do it often.
I had the same thing with my kid a couple years back.
Yeah, I did have that moment this morning. I was just like, then I felt like an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Curt, you don't got no friends with kids though. So we
Curt just looks like he's happy after hearing all these stories that he chose not to. He's like, thank God.
Yeah, dude.
I hear them, but part of me knows I'm missing out on.
You know what you could do? Hey, you know what you can do?
What?
Adopt? I mean,
adopt Jake and his kids.
Yeah, we could do that.
Jake, do you have a spare?
You can have them, bro.
I was like, ask him a certain day. He might say yes.
Got a 13-year-old girl. Man.
Chris, I remember one time my mom smacked my butt and I turned around and told her that didn't hurt. Yeah. Lesson learned. I never did that again. My brother did that. That's the worst thing you can do.
I do remember the day like my mom stopped whooping me though. And that's almost what happened. Like she'd always come in and she like gave me the beating and I laughed. And it just pissed her off.
Dude,
and she just kept
I had a brother just like that.
Yeah, and I just was like and that was it though, because she could I conquered it at that point. You know what I mean? And that was what? About 4 years ago, bro. It was pretty awesome.
Oh my God. Dude, I did that with my mom one time. She had one of those, you know, those little paddle pong things with the rubber band and the ball on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she took me out on the front porch for the whole neighborhood to see. And she was whipping me with that, and she broke it. And I laughed at her.
Oh.
Well, I had to wait till my dad got home, and I really got a whooping.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Jason brought that up. He's like, I did that. Then my dad got home, and I got my ass whooped.
That's usually.
And then Chris was like, I never knew she could hit that hard.
Bro,
Did you guys
right?
have
Mom, that's
the
mean.
paddles at school? Like, I remember it at
Oh yeah,
elementary.
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, they had a paddle, and they actually did that shit at my school.
That's funny.
That's crazy. I just remembered
Yeah.
that. Had a memory unlocked right now.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
That shit was crazy. We used to get swatted at school.
Yeah. I
Oh,
got
Lord,
swatted at a couple times.
Never square up against dad. Nope.
Yeah, bro. Isn't it crazy though? Like how you just think about that, like, and now like you still just look. I mean, it depends. Some people don't. I know. Like you look at your father, and like you're like, he's still a hard ass, but like, I think now I might be all right. He got two replaced knees. You know what I mean? But you know, he's still. You probably still got you.
Yeah, you're still scared.
Yeah.
Chris was like that paddles were outlawed. I guess not in Texas. It was still here. It was still fair game here.
Fun. So I equate a lot of shit to King of the Hill. Like King of the Hill is like, if you look back at it, it is all life scenarios. Anyways, there's an episode with the paddle. It was Peggy the paddler, and she was a substitute teacher, and she was whooping the kids with the paddle. You know what I mean? And there was one about the car washes too. The guy had a car wash. That's like everything was just draws back to it. And it's
Jason learned the hard way squaring up against his pops. Knocked through the slider door onto the backyard patio. Learned his lesson. And Mike, paddles with the holes in it, you could or it would whistle like one of those fighter
it would
planes.
move faster. Yeah, man. It's that's I learned.
Hey man, whoever was, dishing that out, principal, whoever it is, I'm sure they put a lot of effort into that.
Damn.
All right. Well, anything else before we sign off?
Fucked up society we live
Is
in
it that
now.
time? Oh, it is late, isn't it?
Yeah, we kind of got off on a tangent over there about whoopings.
It was a good conversation, though.
Down memory lane over there. Hey, but one more thing, I forgot to bring this up earlier. We got Curt in 4K before GTA 6. What's that mean? No, you don't know, Jake. God damn it!
What?
The GTA 6 meme. You don't know that one?
Oh yeah, it's like everything.
No.
My son says it all the fucking time. That's why it was so funny. Everything
I was
is
like, I hear
before
crickets,
GTA
but okay.
6. Yeah.
Wait a minute, what is it? You just threw it out there. You're not going to tell us what it is.
Well, I was waiting for Jake to, but it's a game that has never came out, or it's taken forever to come out, and everybody's always like, "Oh, this is coming out before that comes out." So we got Curt in 4K before that game comes out.
Okay, well, I'm glad you explained that.
You gonna keep up with the 4K footage?
I don't know. The last time I tried doing something like that, my internet provider called me and said I was using too much bandwidth.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
Well, Kurt's out there and what internet do you have?
Mediacom.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Mm.
Jake has that rich people internet.
Dude, it's just in the community. I don't even know what it is. It's just with the house. It's not Spectrum, but
we had to. Well, they had to fight to get Spectrum out here. They had, I don't know what they had before. It didn't.
Did you say
do
did it
anything?
Help? You said it helped, right?
Yeah, it helped. And right now I'm trying out the T-Mobile 5G one. It's comparable. I don't know how much better it is, but I'm trying it out.
That's all you can do, bro. Bleh.
Curtis, you have used all of your allotment.
Yeah, they told me if I didn't stop using so much, they were going to have to start metering me.
No way.
Wait, was that recent or?
No, this is when I first started, so like 4 years ago.
Oh, because of the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, we thought it was the 4K. It just like jumped up that damn much.
The problem with GTA 6 is everyone is too sensitive these days. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it is when it comes out.
Oh man! So speaking of that, real fast, sorry. When 5
we might have to
came
explain
out,
to Curt what it is, but go ahead.
Grand Theft Auto, Curt, video game like San Andreas, Miami Vice. You know what I mean? It's basically like you're just in a big open
I've heard
world.
of it, but I've never played it.
You just go around. You yeah, it's fun, right?
Shoot
Or
people.
fun, but yeah, no, real life shit, man. But I was arguing with my sister-in-law one time, and she was like, "Oh my god, I never let my son play that." I'm like, I'm guarantee you, he's over his friend's house playing that shit right now. Like, bro, that was all we did. Like when I was whatever, you know.
Well, like with the kids right now, we're trying to monitor, do whatever we can with them. But it's just how you raise them. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? Like,
just know it's not real.
Yeah, just explain to them, because I have that with my kid. We're seeing that with our daughter. Like, it's you can do everything you can to them, but like they have friends, and those friends might be into some other shit and all that. So you can't control them.
That is the worst. Sending them to school, we're just like,
well, yeah, because like like real quick, the other week they came home and they learn all these words at school. Like, what the hell was the other one?
You got the Riz, bro.
Big back.
Oh yeah, big back.
Although our daughter thinks it's Big Mac, so I was like, I asked her like, "What'd you say?" And then she said Big Mac, and I'm like, should I get after her? I don't know. I don't know what to do here.
Bro. She's good.
She gets a pass.
All right, y'all lost me on that one.
It's just terms that they use, like back. Well, I don't want to say the terms that we used back in the day, but those ugly terms to describe like fat people or whatever it is. Like, they come home and they have all these new words that they learned at school because you can't control shit with their friends and all that. So yeah.
Well, yeah. My daughter's teacher, like I said, she's 13. They got a word jail. And shit like that's on there. Like they can't say Diddy and all that stuff. Because now kids are saying Diddy and shit. And
have you seen those comments? Everybody's like, when somebody posts, I guess it's usually on ads. It's like, nice try, Diddy.
I mean, like,
and it's just hundreds of comments of that.
It's like now no Diddy, but like back in the day we would say like no homo after stuff. You know what I mean? And now it's like, it's just funny how like we would say, like when we hung up our phones, one, remember, shit like that, and it's just cap. The kids say cap. It's like, come on.
We're gonna have to explain to Curt off air, but yeah.
Okay, good show. But, great conversations.
Yeah, I'll close it out. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Oh, it did say muted. I see.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
You were smacking the shit out that thing. Hey, what's Te Falto Prender la Radio?